Coming up, my poem this afternoon will be a reading, will be Too Busy for a Friend. Too busy for a friend. One day, a teacher asked her students to list the names of the other students in the room on two pieces of paper and leave a space between each name. Then she told them to think of the nicest things they could say about each of their classmates and write it down also. It took the remaining of the class period to finish their assignment. And as the students left the room, each one was hand in a piece of paper. That Saturday, the teacher wrote down the names of each student on a separate sheet of paper and listed what each one else had said about the individual. On Monday, she gave each student his or her list before long, for the entire class was smiling. She heard a whisper. I never knew that I meant anything to anyone, and I didn't know others liked me so much. No one ever mentioned those papers in class again.
All right.
She never knew if they discussed them after class with their parents, but it didn't matter. The exercise had accomplished its purpose. The students were happy with themselves and one another. That group of students moved on. Several years later, one of the students was killed in Vietnam, and his teacher attended the funeral of that special student. She had never seen a serviceman in a military coffin before. He looked so handsome and so natural. The church was packed with his friends. One by one, those who loved him took a last walk by the coffin. The teacher was the last one to bless the coffin. As she stood there, one of the soldiers who acted as a pallbearer came up to her and said, "Were you Mark's math teacher?" he asked. She nodded her head yes. Then he said, "Mark talked about you all the time."
All right.
After the funeral, most of Mark's former classmates went together to a luncheon. Mark's mother and father were there, obviously waiting to speak with the teacher. "We want to show you something," she said. His father said, "Pardon me." He took his wallet out of his pocket. They found this old on Mark's when he was killed. "We brought you this and thought you would recognize it." Opening the billfolder, he carefully removed two worn-out pieces of notebook paper that had obviously been taken from Mark's billfolder. The teacher knew without looking that the paper were the one that she had listed as good things each of the children had made. "Thank you so much for doing that," Mark's mother said. As you can see, Mark treasured it. All of Mark's former classmates started to gather around. Charles smiled rather sleepily and said, "I still have my list. It's in the top drawer of my desk at home." Chuck's wife said, "Chuck asked me to put his in our wedding album." "I have mine too," Marilyn said. "It's in my diary." Then Vicky, another classmate, reached into her pocketbook, took out her wallet, and showed her worn-out piece of paper. I carried this with me at all times, Vicky said, and without batting her eyes, she continued, I think we all saved our lives. That's when the teacher finally sat down and cried. She cried for Mark and for all his friends who would never see him again. The destiny of people in society is so thick that we forget that life will end one day. And we don't know when that one day will be. So please tell the people you love and you care for them that they are special and they are important. Tell them before it's too late. And one way to accomplish this is forward this message on. If you do not send it, you will have once again passed up the wonderful opportunity to do something nice and beautiful. If you receive this, it is because someone cares for you, and it means there is probably at least someone for whom you care for. If you are too busy to take those few minutes right now to forward this message on, would this be the very first time you didn't do that little thing that would make a difference in your relationship? The more people that you send this to, the better you would be at reaching out to those you care about. Remember, you reap what you sow. What you put into the lives of others will come back to you.
All right. Wonderful.